everyone, welcome back to BOCHIKNOT and BOCHIKNOT.com. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Nicole, and in today's tutorial we will be going over a macrame dog collar. This macrame dog collar pattern is made with a bunch of little daisy patterns. So these daisy patterns are made with half hitch knots. If you guys have watched any of my other tutorials with daisy patterns in it, you'll know that I generally use double half hitch knots to make those. And when I use double half hitch knots to make those daisy patterns, the shape of them is more oval and diamond shaped. Whereas the daisy pattern in today's tutorial more resemble a circular pattern, and some might even call it a circle knot. This adorable daisy pattern can be used in keychains or other patterns as well. It doesn't have to be a dog collar, but I did incorporate it into the dog collar pattern that we will be making today. So I do give recommended cord lengths in the first few minutes of the video tutorial to make a 15-inch collar. But depending on the size of your dog, you do have to measure their necks and measure out the cord accordingly. And I do give helpful tips on that in the beginning of the tutorial as well. I do want to also add that because we finish off the dog collar by sealing it with a gathering knot, I'm not sure how secure that is if you also attach a leash onto the collar to walk your dog. Depending on the size and strength of your dog, the collar may not hold up well eventually. So I don't recommend using the collar with a leash and just simply using the collar as an accessory for your dog. Make sure, if you guys haven't already, click subscribe to BOCHIKNOT Macrame on our YouTube channel and give this video a big thumbs up if you guys enjoyed it. And with that, let's begin. Before I begin, you will need some materials and supplies. I've used 4mm cotton cord for this pattern, as well as a metal buckle and a D-ring. The cord I will be using in this tutorial is a 4mm single strand cotton cord in buttermilk beige from my rainbow cord line. Not only is it a beautiful color, the cord is also super soft and sturdy, making it very easy to work with. I've used 4mm cotton cord for this pattern, but 5mm should work with the same buckle sizes as well. This is the metal buckle that I will be using for the dog collar. The inner length of the buckle is approximately 2 centimeters in length, as well as the metal D-ring that I have on the right. The suggested cord lengths in the front of the video for the two strands of 400 centimeter long cords makes a 15-inch collar from buckle to buckle. If you're looking to make something a little bit shorter or longer, make sure to pre-measure your dog first before cutting your cord lengths. So every 26 centimeters will make an inch of the dog collar. So if you're looking to make a slightly smaller one at 12 inches, then you'll only need 325 centimeter length cords, or if you want an 18 inch, you'll only need 475 centimeters. So to begin the pattern, we're going to take our one strand of cord at 400 centimeters long, fold it in half, and attach it onto one end of the buckle using a reverse lark's head knot. So we're going to have to make sure that the front part of the buckle is facing the top, so that when you thread the cords through, there will be a reverse lark's head knot on the side. Now that we've attached our first reverse lark's head knot, we're going to repeat with the second strand of cord at 400 centimeters long and attach it right beside the one that we had just knotted with another reverse lark's head knot. To start off the first half daisy pattern, we're going to take the second cord from the left and use that as a working cord for a half hitch knot onto the far left cord. So make a loop and take the cord end through the loop. Then we're going to repeat on the right side, mirroring the left. So with the third cord from the left, we're going to use that as a working cord to make a half hitch knot onto the fourth cord. Now what we're going to do is take the middle two cords and fold the right one over the left. Now that the middle left cord is the middle right cord, we're going to use that cord to make a half hitch knot onto the far right cord from under and over. So take that cord underneath the far right cord and over to make a loop, then pull the cord end through. Then do the same thing on the left side. With that middle cord, we're going to make a half hitch knot onto the far left cord, under and over. Then taking the anchor cords from above, we're going to cross the right one over the left, and then we're going to take that cord from behind, that same working cord from above on the left side, and we're going to make a half hitch knot over to the left side with the two cords in the center. So the two anchor cords this time in the center. Then leave some room on the right side so that you can repeat the same thing, but with a half hitch knot onto the right side with the two anchor cords in the middle. Once you have weaved it through, pull on the anchor cords to finish the first daisy pattern. We're now going to start our second full daisy pattern. So taking the same anchor cords from above, we're going to place those cords to the far left and far right, and then the cords from the back, we're going to use those as the working cords for another half hitch knot on the far left and on the far right sides. So the back cords are the working cords for the half hitch knots. Once you've finished your first set of half hitch knots, we're going to cross the middle two cords over each other, so the right one over the left, similar to the first daisy pattern that we made, and then taking that middle right cord, we're going to make a half hitch knot onto that far right cord, under and over. Then repeat the same thing on the other side. Now crossing the anchor cords over each other again. This time I'm going to switch and place the left one over the right. Then I'm going to take that working cord from the back and make a half hitch knot under and over to the left with both anchor cords in the middle. Do the same thing on the right side. Then pull on the anchor cords and the working cords to tighten the knot so that it becomes a round little daisy. Pull and adjust the cords so that the knot is even. So I'm going to repeat this pattern several more times, but I'm going to repeat it once more for you here, a full daisy pattern, and then you can go ahead and finish 17 total daisy knots, including the first one. Now that we have made 3 daisy knots, make 14 more. So as you can see, we've made a total of 17 daisy knots. So on that 17th one, don't finish off the last part of the daisy yet. So don't do the double anchor cord half hitch knot on both sides to seal that last daisy. If you've already completed it, just untie the last half hitch knot on both sides. And then we're going to take that D-ring and we're going to weave the 2 middle cords through. So these should be the anchor cords from the daisy knots. What we're going to do is do the same thing by closing it off now. So we have the left crossed over to the right one. And then we're going to take the back cord and make a half hitch knot to the left, and then the right back cord and make a half hitch knot onto the right. The only difference this time is that we have a D-ring in there that we're going to secure with this daisy knot. Pull on all of the cords to tighten the knot. Once this daisy knot is complete, we're just going to make one more full daisy knot after this. So starting over again, we're going to make one more daisy knot. So we're now complete with the majority of the collar pattern. What we're going to do now is seal this end to the other end of the buckle. So I'm going to snap the other end of the buckle off. And then making sure that the front of the buckle is facing the top. So laying flat here, but with the front side facing the top. We're going to take the longer 2 cords, so the far left and far right cords, and we're going to attach it onto that end of the buckle using vertical lark's head knots. So taking the far right cord end, we're going to weave it through the buckle from bottom up, and then we're going to turn it around the back side. As you can see, the front is a full buckle and the back has a little bit of a hole to it. Then we're going to take that cord end and weave it sideways and then to the back again from bottom up. Then with that hole in the front, we're going to weave the cord end through and pull on the cord end to tighten. So you're going to want to leave some space between the end of the last daisy pattern and this vertical lark's head knot here at the end of the buckle. So I left about 3 to 4 centimeters of space, about 3.5 actually. So that in inches is about 1 to 1.5 inches. With that space, we're going to finish off with a gathering knot. So that's why we need a little bit of space in between the last daisy knot and where we made the vertical lark's head knots. So now we're going to take the far left cord and do the same thing and make another vertical lark's head knot onto the end of the buckle. So we're going to weave it from bottom up first. Flip the buckle over, take the cord to the side from the left, and then we're going to weave it through to the back and take that cord end. So we're going to hold it with our left hand. We're going to take that cord end and we're going to weave it again bottom up and then thread it through the loop at the front. Pull on the cord to tighten the vertical lark's head knot. So once the vertical lark's head knots are complete, take the other 2 cords and the shorter 2 cords and face them the other direction, so up facing the top, and then the long 2 cords facing the bottom. With the long 2 cords, there should be enough excess cord to cut off a 60 centimeter long cord. Go ahead and do that because we're going to use that as a working cord to seal off the buckle. So what I'm going to do is just cut off the excess cord after the D-ring. Using one of the longer cords as a working cord, we're going to finish off with a gathering knot just underneath the vertical lark's head knots and ending right before the end of the daisy knot. To make a gathering knot, make a loop with one end of the long cord, then take that long cord end and wrap it around the gathered cords several times until you've reached the end of that last daisy knot. Once you're there, we're going to take that long cord and weave it through the loop that we made in the beginning. Pull on the top end to tighten the gathering knot. Cut off the excess cord on both sides. Cut off the excess cords on both sides so that we're just left with a gathering knot. And you are now complete with the daisy pattern dog collar. I'm now going to show you how I added a little charm to decorate the collar. This part is totally optional. I just like to add little charms to decorate keychains, collars, etc. And so this is a little dog paw charm that I got from a local craft store at Michael's. And I also got some jump rings. So these are little loop rings with a little opening, so that the jump ring can be attached onto a piece of jewelry with a charm if you like. Just like this instance, we're going to be placing the jump ring through the top of the charm, and you will need some craft pliers for that. You can get these at your local craft store. We're going to make a little opening with the jump ring, and then we're going to place the little charm through. And then with that little opening on the jump ring, we're going to try and thread it through a few loops on the gathering knot. So you may need a little wider opening to do this if you're struggling with this, but what I'm doing is just taking that opening and trying to push the ring through a few loops of the gathering knot. So once you have successfully pushed the ring through a few of the loops, we're going to tighten and close off that jump ring so that there is no longer a hole. And then once it's secure, we're just going to move that opening of the jump ring to the gathering knot so that it hides that little hole so that it doesn't easily get caught on anything. And then the charm is now attached onto the collar. You can do the same thing with the name tag if you want, or you can just hang the name tag off the D-ring. And that's a wrap with the daisy pattern dog collar video tutorial. I really hope you guys enjoyed this unique daisy or circle pattern. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up if you guys enjoyed it, and tag me on Instagram if you guys make the same dog collar. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.